everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We should have a good one on tap here today. It's the Saints coming in at 5-9, going up against the 49ers, who come in at 15-0. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. As usual, the streets in the nearby French Quarter are alive as we are in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the San Francisco 49ers and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come.
And it's something we've only seen a couple of times. Miami in 1972, New England in 2007. We know they're not going to mail it in. They're going to go for it.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner and #1 overall pick from Oklahoma. It's Sam Bradford.
And Sam Bradford, he has touch and accuracy, and he has it in bushels. This guy is amazing. If you watch him throw 7-on-7 or watch him throw routes versus air, the ball hardly ever hits the ground. He's absolutely a receiver's dream when going out for a pass.
Here's Bradford, and it's caught. Kobe Fleener. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do.
And right away, he lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Kaepernick. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. He got 29 yards that time.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordinate.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Carlos Hyde, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Well, they weren't messing around. First and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, first down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it, 6 points on the board. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, That's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
Now a second down throw for Bradford. Throw complete right side to Cooks. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Bradford from the gun on third down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. This is taken around the 12. Might have been 1 man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he gets it down to the 32. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. The offensive line and its ability to open holes in this defensive front, something they were confident they could create in this game. Got the job done there, picked up the first.
And something they wanted to do. Have we ever met offensive linemen that don't want to fire out and hit people? I mean, they love the running game. Guys want to do that. And when you emphasize it, practice it, and work on it, that gives you an opportunity to win the game.
They go play action here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
That's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Now Bradford on second down. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Kobe Flainer, the tight end, his intended target. Third down here. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Third and long for Bradford. He's got time, and he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And contact defensively. And that might make things 5 yards easier.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So now on fourth down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. This from 44 yards away. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the defense gets the pick. The offense, Charles, they go backwards, but they do get 3 points.
Very happy to get to 3, but you know who's happier? The defensive team on the other side. They shut them down after the turnover.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think
he's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, 49ers. Kenny Stills, 76 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Second down, Bradford. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
On third down, Bradford. It's complete to Flainer. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue.
On second down, Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Here we go now.
From the gun, Bradford, left side and caught by Flainer. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. And his kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. They'll come up now with the clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first. They come out here in the I. They'll run with Marshall. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Now Marshall. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
This one complete, right side to McDonald. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll try and run with their fullback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
6 yards to go here on second down. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. This is Marshall. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out here in the I. And here's Marshall. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Keith Marshall taking it in from 24 yards out. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a second down throw for Bradford. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Bradford from the gun on third down. He dumps it down to Ingram. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is fielded inside the 5. There he goes, right side. 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. 95 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
I think we probably ought to avoid the tape review of this one, right? I mean, we don't want to sit in there and listen to what his teammates are going to say. He went that far and didn't score a touchdown.
Well, it's one where if they win, they poke the bear a little bit. If you don't win, it could be a sore subject. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A chance for us to look now at this 49ers defense. They sure didn't get a whole lot of rest. They had the 3 and out, forced a punt, but that's returned for a touchdown, so they're on the field quickly.
So they're cheering. They're happy. They like what they saw.
They're like, oh, I got to go get my helmet.
But it is a quick turnaround, so we'll see how they handle that on this possession.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The tackle there by Eli Harold.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. Yeah. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. 3rd and short yardage. Bradford. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. And Stills over the middle. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They go play action here on 1st down. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
The good old toss play, and this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side, but the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield, otherwise that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Delvin Breaux with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Following the interception, Bradford. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And all the way down to the 42. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. And they're going to speed things up here. Bradford now to throw on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before take. And the pressure gets to Bradford, and down he goes. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Third and long for Bradford. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Niners are going to take possession, albeit deep in their own territory. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Kaepernick going to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Another pistol look here. On first down, Kaepernick taking a shot here for Marshall. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Keith Marshall, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act. And Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Alert.
They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A very solid gain of 27.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
On the carry, it's Davis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. In the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get hooked and let a running back get outside, because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. They were trying to get it there to Michael Floyd, and that'll make it third down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he finds Stills, complete. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Keith Marshall, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out
I
there?
didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone, 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And he's back here in the struggle department in this one like he was a week ago. And, partner, I think you can pin some of this on that O-line. The room to run, just not there.
You mentioned last week that it felt like the offensive line was getting beaten to the punch by the guys across the ball.
Well, it was pretty evident, I thought.
I mean, they were off the ball fast, penetrating, getting into the offensive backfield, really spilling a lot of runs before they got started. So I thought your observation was spot on then, and you're right there again this week. Same thing is happening, not able to get started because they're not able to control the point of attack.
Watch that end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. You got 4. Here we go now. Blue 45.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
False start, offense.
Eight yards to go here on second down.
Watch left. Tight. Watch left. Hey. 4 down.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a... Fresh set of downs. First down, Bradford. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Bradford on second down. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football. Which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Now they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Bradford, and he comes back with one complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth. Again, it's Bradford. And Cooks hands it over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Bradford finding time. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch here as this offense will come on deep in their own territory. And a give this time to the tailback. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. And the confidence from last week carrying over to this week.
2 weeks in a row, and I have to admit, last week, I thought they were going to really struggle running the football. I thought that they had a real challenge on their hands, and they more than met it and created big-time openings that he just absolutely hurdled through. And they figured, why not? Let's carry it forward this week. Again, the same thing. All the blocking schemes are there. I think they've really done a great job. That B-gap between the guard and the tackle has been there all game for them, and they continue to exploit it.
And he's just going downhill.
Not only downhill, but with incredible, incredible force. There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Kaepernick now on first down. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now Davis. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The play clock's running down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front. The linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Man left. Hey, we got 91. Check 43. Win the rep. Let's go right here.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
We got 4. Check. Hey, 91.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers continue to roll.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
No, she's singing. She's
on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence that they just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Bradford to throw it. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. He showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Bradford now. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
To throw, Bradford, and Thomas has it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Three yards remaining here on 2nd down. They send Thomas out to the right by himself.
Check 50. Check 50.
To the air again with Bradford. And he's got his man on the out route. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They come up with one back. That's Ingram. Here's Bradford. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Over the middle, open is Thomas. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Shift together here from the D-line. From the red zone now, Bradford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll throw again. Bradford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. Third and long for Bradford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
We get a look at the Saints' defense as they file into position. And with this deficit, let's be honest, it's time for them to get a stop.
And, partners, you understand very well from our time together and visiting with...
Down the numbers. There he goes. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To throw is Bradford. And he's got it over the middle. Flainer. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Bradford now to throw on 1st down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Simple slant route, and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
To the air again with Bradford. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Bradford. He's got time in the pocket. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And right now I take my rudimentary kindergarten skills and draw where the tackle box would be, because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football from that spot.
Yeah, they say there was a receiver in the area, though.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Bradford, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
91. Tighten up, tighten up. Minus 57, 57, spike. Right here.
Kaepernick looking to throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the... offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play. Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. Forced out to his left. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. The goal for them wasn't to simply make the postseason. They wanted to make some noise once they...